Hey guys, this is Chinonso Wogu and you're welcome to another episode of The Builder Story, a podcast by Sabi Writers Studios where we x-ray and examine the journey, the stories, the insights, the lessons, the struggles and the victories of amazing personalities building for Africa. Today I have an amazing personality in the house, someone I've always admired, someone that I call Queen Mother of the digital online education space. Somebody that you have heard so much about, but probably you have not, listened to her story, how she was able to make so much impact and paving the way for what is happening in the online education here in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my singular honor and privilege to introduce to you Steph Obi, the CEO of ST Hub Limited. She has so much here. She's the CEO of ST Hub Limited. She's one of the pioneers of Nigeria's edtech space. She's the author of Knowledge is the New Gold. She's a first-class graduate of Computer Science, Covenant University. So you can imagine she's an egghead. She's the winner of Winbase Impact Investment Competition. What year was that?
I was 2014.
2014. And by the way, 2014 was when I moved to Lagos. So while I was still struggling, trying to find my path, somebody's already winning investment funds. So you can imagine that she's my mentor. So
Sorry.
She's also an MBA graduate from the prestigious university, Pan-Atlantic University, Lagos Business School, one of the top business schools in Africa. So ladies and gentlemen, yes, Steph Obi. Steph, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you.
I'm glad and honored to have you in the Builder Story.
I'm also excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. When I sent you the invitation to be here, I was telling you in my office that I was a bit worried. Yes, especially given your busy schedule. But to have you here live is an honor, not just for me, but also for young people who admire you from afar and who want to learn from you what it took you to build what you did. Now, the whole essence of this podcast is there's so many stories that are slipping through the cracks in Africa. And Africans, in my own theory, needs more builders than complainers. You're a builder, right? And I want to know what makes you think. What's your story? So can you just, who is Steph Obi? Let's start from there.
Who is Steph? That's that question. I have many sides of me.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm a child of God.
Okay.
I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a big sister.
Okay.
I am a friend. I'm also a business coach.
Okay.
I'm an author. I'm a tech founder. I'm a happy child.
Obvious.
I'm a happy child. Yeah. So basically, I'm so many things, to different people. But yes.
Okay. Let me ask this question on the side. I don't know if somebody has told you or people have told you that you laugh a lot.
Yes, I do.
Is there a reason?
It's just how I am. That's my nature.
Oh, really?
Yes,
okay.
My nature.
But someone like you, when they mean business, they mean business.
I will still be laughing, but I mean business.
So I was reading your story and I discovered that you started your first business at the age of 18.
Yes.
You were working in a multinational?
No. When I was 18, I was in year 2, my second year in university.
Okay.
But, I was really, really privileged to have attended Covenant University.
Okay, why so?
It's one of the biggest gifts that I'm grateful to my parents for. Because in Covenant, it's supposed to be like a normal school, like a 4-year school, like you go to school for 4 years and then you come out. Okay. But they had a big focus on entrepreneurship.
Okay.
And at that time, I didn't know what entrepreneurship meant. When I was coming to Covenant, I didn't really know. I knew people went to school and got jobs. Then I went to this school where every week they were teaching us about entrepreneurship. Telling me that you're a solution provider. You're supposed to change the world. And at that time, how old was I? When I got in there, I was 17. Okay. So at that young age, I was being programmed to believe that I could be a part of the solution. That I could create, I could build, I could create something, I could sell it. So as early as that. So by my second year in university, I think I saw my mom wearing a necklace, and I'm like, I like this necklace. I want to learn how to make this necklace. Someone made it now. It will not be made it. I want to learn how to make it. And then she paid for me to attend an accessories class. When I came back to school this following semester, I started business. So yes, I used my pocket money. I bought the raw materials, and I was like, I have to sell because if I don't sell, I won't eat. Okay. You know, that's how my business started. It was called ST. What was it? Simply Steph. I was like that. Simply Steph. It was called Simply Steph, and I ran the business all through my university. When I went for NYSC, I continued to run the business. When I went for when I got my first job at Ericsson, I was still running the business. When I went to do my master's, my MBA, I was still running the business. Okay. So at the time I had gotten to, I was leaving my master's, I started to get this nudge to start teaching other people. Like it came on me. Like, you have to start teaching. At the time I was just 26. But because I had run a business for 8 years, I didn't have any form of imposter syndrome. Like, I knew that I knew enough. Because I had run this business from when I was 18. It had given me a second stream of income. I knew how to make money with accessories. You know, it's a skill I had mastered. I had a factory. I had employees.
Oh, really?
Yes, at the time.
What if you could look back, how many employees did you have?
We had 2 employees then. Yes, they used to make accessories for me. Like, I trained them on how to make the accessories. So they were now making the accessories, and I would just focus on selling. You know, so I was like, other women should learn how to do this thing. Other young girls should learn how to do this thing. So I started, that's why I started to start teaching. First of all, I got the nudge in my heart that I should start teaching. You know, start helping other people, replicate myself.
Well, you read computer science. Why did you switch? You know.
So I didn't switch. Like, how do I explain this? Even when I was in school, I was still studying computer science, but it was my side business. You know, I had a hobby that turned into a business. So I didn't define myself by what I studied in university. It was one of the things that, like, Stephanie has a degree in computer science, but she also has a business. And I didn't feel like I had to be one thing. You see, and my mother also, like, believed in that concept that people should have multiple skills, should do multiple things. Like, so that's why she supported me when I was growing up.
Would you say you acquired your entrepreneurial trait from her?
I would say the 2 of them, my parents, but my mom. My mom believes in every child should have skills. So when I was growing up, anything I say I want to learn, she would support me. If I say I want to learn how to sew, of course I learned how to sew, by the way. If I say I want to learn how to sew, she would support me. I want to learn how to bake, she would support me. Like, she just believed that no matter what, you should always have multiple skills so that you can monetize it in different ways. At that time, that was her belief. And so she was, she believed that education is not just in school. Education too is all these other skills that you're learning, because they can create multiple streams of income for you. Although she did not think that I would now face the accessories. Do you understand? She thought that, this would just be like a side business. I will still get a proper 9 to 5. But I got the 9 to 5, you know. Let me start from when I finished my MBA. I got another job. But while I was there, I started to do my workshops where I was teaching people how to make accessories. And I was like, this thing, I'm fulfilled. This thing makes me come alive. Each time I stand and I'm teaching, like, I feel like this is what I'm supposed to do in my life. You know, and so I left the 9 to 5 to focus on teaching.
It wasn't hard for you to make that decision?
No, it wasn't difficult. But I didn't tell anybody.
Why?
I didn't want to argue, to debate it, to encourage me. It was not up for debate. So I just left. And when I left, I just informed my parents that I had resigned. When I made that, I can see over that day, you could hear a pin drop in the room because it was so quiet. Then my dad broke the silence and said, I guess you're serious. I said, yes. So after I resigned, I still saw the concern in my mother's face. And so I did a presentation to her to explain to her where I'm going.
A full presentation?
Yes. We used the living room, the TV. I turned it into...
presentation slide?
Yes. I turned it into the screen.
The screen, right?
Yes. And then I had PowerPoint.
What was your reason for that? Was it born out of your orientation, or you needed their support at that season and you needed to do that?
You know, sometimes is compassion.
Okay.
So I understood my mother's concern. My mother believed that I should have a 9 to 5 and then run the business by the side. Okay. And I was like, I don't have time to be running anything by the side. Look, everybody has their, like, people are different. Yeah. But me, I believe I'm all in. If I want to do something, I'll jump in with my 2 legs. Okay. And I told her, Mommy, I'm still very, very young. I still have the gift. You're still alive, so I'm still in your house at that time. So even when I make money for a whole year, I still have a place to sleep. I still have food to eat. So how bad can it be, really? Let me figure it out now that I'm young. It's not when I'm older that I'll now start experimenting. It might be difficult then. But now that I have this support, I'm grateful for your support. Allow me to maximize this time. And then I now made a presentation talking to her about the trends. Okay. Where the world was going. And I was just like, you know, if I believe something, I have conviction. I have conviction. I would preach the message of that thing to you.
I'm feeling the heat in the studio already.
I have conviction. And you know, now I actually still have compassion on my mom, because imagine your child coming to come and tell you that your child had made first class, that you were thinking that would get a very good job.
That must have been a tough one.
Yes. That you're thinking a very, very, very good job, and you will now be saying, okay, you say, yes, I've ticked this box. She now comes and starts telling you that she wants to enter one business you don't quite understand. At this time, we're not really online. So it's like,
I was going to ask you that, because that space, I wonder how you were able to articulate and explain your pitch.
Yes.
Such that, especially given the fact that it was not this pronounced.
Yes.
Nigeria.
But I had proof of concept. And I'll explain it to you. When I started my classes, my first class that I organized, nobody came. So that was my first failure. It was really bad. You know, because I had conviction that I'm supposed to. When I had the nudge that I was supposed to be teaching other people, I believed it. And so I created my first class and my first workshop, and I talked about it so boldly. When nobody now showed up, shame! I said, where will I even start from? After all the mouths that I made. Where will I even start from? I remember I went to my room and I was crying. I put the duvet over my head and I was crying.
What year was this?
This was 2012.
2012.
Yes. I was crying. Then I now, but I had an event to attend. And at that event, there was an entrepreneur that came to come and speak to us, to share his story. You know, this normal people sharing their stories, like what we're doing here now. So he came to come and share his story, and I went, let me just go, Sha. It's not every day you see this man. Let me just go. So when I went there, the man started talking about his story, how he failed. I said, no. This man could not have failed. Because he's a very successful man. But he was telling us failure story upon failure story. And his own failure story is not like my own. What's my own? I organized the event, nobody came. His own. He spent millions. The money disappeared. I said, do another business again. Spent millions. He failed. I told myself, I haven't failed. What do you mean? See, look at someone that has actually lost money. They still pick themselves up again and tried again. Me, what did I do? I organized something. How much did I really spend? It did not work. What about you crying about? I cleaned my tears. And I told myself, if people did not show up, it means I have a knowledge gap. I mean, I don't know marketing. Because I think I know. Because if I know marketing, then my class should have been filled up.
So just to quickly interject,
yes.
Are you saying when it comes to building stuff that you must also be very intentional in your interpretation of experience?
Yes. Okay. That was the game changer for me. Because just before that session, I was crying. After that session, I was like, what am I crying about? This is feedback. It's feedback. So let me interpret the feedback and do the needful. So what this just means is that, in my case, I said what it means is that I haven't done a great job at promotion, because I know I have a good product. Okay. My training is a good product. Yeah. But if nobody showed up, it means that I don't promote it well. So let me go and learn. At the time, I wasn't on social media. I didn't believe in social media. I thought it was a fad that would soon fade. But when my first workshop, nobody attended it, I settled down and started to learn how to use Facebook. There was no Instagram then. I started to learn it. Like, I did not behave as if I know everything. Obviously, there are things I don't know. So that kind of humbled me. I started learning how to use social media, and then I organized a workshop again, and 3 people paid. Hey!
Remember how much they paid?
Hey, 15,000 naira. I was happier than those people. I was like, you don't even know what you have done for me. Hey, Jesus. I was excited. And this was, when I was doing this one, I still had a 9 to 5.
Okay.
I was just, testing. I was excited. I can remember telling my friend, this is it. Like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. This is it. So I taught them, and I continued marketing online. People kept on coming. Now, because I was marketing on social media, people will reach out to me to say, Stephanie, I don't live in Lagos, but I want to attend this class. How can I be a part of this class? And I still remember that I was sitting there thinking, how would they attend this class? And I had a 9 to 5, so I couldn't be traveling up and down.
Yes.
So they were like, oh, are you coming to my state to come and organize the training? Please, can you come to my state? Some people were calling me from Anambra. Some people were calling me from Yola. Like different places.
Yes.
So I couldn't travel to all those different places. And I remember that one day, when I was praising in church, and I just heard, create an online course. I wrote it down. Create an online course. I don't know how to do it, but I heard it. And so I went back to Google to start looking for how to create an online course. It took me 3 months to figure it out. 3 months to figure out, like the video part was easy, but when will I host it?
And distribution.
How will I receive payment?
Okay.
All those were questions that I did not know. So I started to do research. But eventually, I created an edtech platform. At the time, I didn't know that what I was building was an edtech platform. I did not know. And
that was because there was no model.
Yes.
Available.
Yes. There was no model. I didn't know what I was building. But because I have a computer science background, I knew I could figure it out.
Are you saying that you built it yourself?
Yes.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I did. It took me 3 months because I was learning, I was figuring it out, but I built it. We did the videos. I hosted it online. And I was just expecting maybe Nigerians to pay for it. People started to reach out to me to say, I don't live in Nigeria, how can I pay? I say, ha! I went and found out about Western Union. Started using Western Union. And then I started receiving payments from all across the world.
What year was this now?
This was 2013.
2013, okay.
I told my mother, I'm onto something. This is something. This is something. In one particular month, the revenue that I generated from my online course was the same as my salary.
Okay.
I told her, Mommy, I'm onto something. It might not be popular yet, but these are the signs. So when I was talking to her, I had proof.
Okay.
Like, I've tried this, see what happened. I tried that, see what happened. I tried this, see what happened.
I see when you said you had a proof of concept.
Yes.
I understand where you're coming from now.
Yes. So it wasn't, I had moved from idea stage to trying it, creating in the tech we call it an MVP.
Yes.
I had an MVP, I had sold it, I had gotten some traction, and people were telling people, I was also getting a lot of thank you messages.
Okay.
One lady in particular, her message made me cry. She said, when I found you online, I was in a very bad place. I just came out of a bad relationship. My self-esteem was gone. Then I saw you laughing, smiling, encouraging us to take your online course on how to make accessories. I took it, and now I have my own business. I'm making my own money. I now believe in myself again. I've always wanted to go to fashion school. I just applied and I got into the London School of Fashion. I want to say thank you for changing my life. I kept on getting this type of messages. So apart from the money that we're generating,
there was also the validation
impact.
from
yes. So I was like, this is a great way to spend my life. This is a great way to spend my life. Like, I don't want to just work because of money. You didn't feel like you were lonely in the space, because not many persons were saying what you were saying at that time. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the edu space in Nigeria started picking up, I think maybe in the maybe from 2019. Yes, 2019,
2020. But at that time, you seem to be you have this first mover advantage.
Yes.
There's also a first mover disadvantage.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Where you are the only one, you are the one writing,
Yes.
you are the one marking your script.
Yes.
So how were you able to go through that experience? Yes, I know your mother was a support system.
Yes.
How were you able to go through that experience mentally? Especially given the fact that it's not compared to what you are doing currently in terms of scale.
Yes.
It was so then, but you still had to push forward.
A number of things. The first one is that I got a mentor.
Okay.
My mentor is also a pioneer. Mrs. Tara Faladotoye. So she understood the type of challenges I was having. How do you explain a concept people don't yet get? She did it in the makeup industry. I was doing it in the edtech industry.
Yes.
I didn't even have a name for it. I just knew that this thing I'm doing is something. You see? So she was really a huge support to me at the time, because it's like, I'm not crazy. I'm not out of my mind. This thing I'm saying, like, somebody else understands what I'm saying. Okay. So I'm very grateful to her, because at that time, when I needed support, emotional support, because there were buzzwords left, right, center.
Share with me
there were buzzwords. Like, it will come. There were many things. No life was happening. There were many things.
Share with us the most, the one that you can't forget, that almost broke you. Because I'm sure there's an entrepreneur or somebody that is aspiring to build something like you have done.
The funny part is that the biggest challenge that I faced did not happen in the earlier years. It happened later.
Okay.
So it happened maybe I can't remember the year now, maybe 2020.
Okay.
2020, when I now decided that. So I feel like I'll be jumping the story.
I thought maybe 2020 would have been a good year.
No, that's when I entered another season. Oh God!
COVID.
I entered. Look, this journey. Where do I start from? I've entered so many
valley.
Yes. So many valleys. Like, I don't even know which one to tell, because there are plenty. There's the challenges of the business. There's also me, my own challenges.
Okay.
Because there's the founder who needs to grow.
What happened?
Who needs to grow?
Why was that a challenge? What happened in that season?
Because
were you bogged down with complex problems that you could not solve? Were you standing on your own way? What made you come to that realization that you needed to grow?
One of the biggest challenges that I faced in the early years,
okay,
was overcoming fear. So even though I have a pioneering spirit,
okay,
and I don't look at people. You see this thing? Yeah. It's a gift. I don't look at people. I don't compare myself with other people. I'm not looking at somebody to see what should I do next. So that is a gift, a strength that I have, that I do what I want to do. However, so in a way, that my pioneering spirit makes me look fearless, but I still have fears. So I was afraid of selling. When I'm selling, my voice will be shaking. But guess what? I have now resigned my job. There's no plan B. I must sell. I must sell. I must ask somebody to buy.
A lot of young people go through that experience. People dread selling so badly that they are willing to stay in one spot, believing that somebody is coming to save them, when they could just open their mouth and sell something.
Yeah. So I had to learn how to sell. So I will be selling, my voice will be shaking. Sometimes I will create products and nobody will buy. And I had a business to run. I had bills to pay. I was doing this thing full time. I have made presentation to my mother that this thing is going to work. You understand? My first year in business, I made only 20 naira. 20,000 naira.
First year.
My first full year. So when I went full time into the business, I now said, I'm not going to teach accessories business anymore. I want to rebrand.
Okay.
And just start teaching business courses.
Okay.
So I kept my accessories course, and then I started doing business courses. That year, the whole year, one whole year, I only earned 20,000 naira.
Because you could not sell.
So I think that's just one of the problems, but there were many problems.
Okay.
There were many problems. Sales was one of them.
Okay.
Number 2, people didn't understand what I was doing. So that was another problem. Number 3, offers. Creating irresistible offers. I did not know how to create irresistible offers.
Okay.
I would just say things like, oh, I can teach this. Let me teach it.
Okay.
Oh, I can teach that. Let me teach it. I will teach. Sit down. Now I was now in the business full time. I will lock myself in the room, create courses, and then nobody will buy it. So I had to now learn how to create products that people want to buy.
Okay. Aligning your solution with the market.
Yes. I had to learn how to sell.
Okay.
How to make people see the value in what you're doing.
Okay.
So, and I learned all these things one by one. One by one. But I kept on, because I had that experience with failure when I was starting out.
Yes.
So this time around, failure did not faze me anymore.
Okay.
I kept on creating new courses. So some of them will be a hit, some of them will fail. Some will be a hit, some will fail. People started seeing what I was doing. Like they will pay for one of my classes and be like, Stephanie, I see it. Like when they pay for my course, they will now see it and be like, I want to do this thing too. I want to do it too. So, but I was like, okay, do it now. It's easy. They're like, no, come and teach us. I said, I should teach people this thing. This thing is too easy.
The market was already calling for another value.
Yes. So the thing I wanted to sell, they were not really keen on it, but they were not asking me, how are you creating online courses?
So what you're invariably saying, that if you're building anything, you must listen to the market.
Oh, yes. It's people that told me to create an online course. I didn't want to teach it. I didn't see myself teaching people how to create online courses. So
you started with passion, it's something you wanted to do, but at some point you had to start listening to the market.
Yes, I listened to the market. So they asked me, and I remember that when the demands grew, I took a month off Instagram because I wanted to hear myself. If I start teaching people how to create online courses, will I still achieve my vision?
Okay.
Am I going completely off track? Like, will I still create the kind of impact I want to create in the lives of people? So I spent 1 whole month thinking about it, and then I was like, yes, it will. And so I came back and I did a launch to test the idea.
Okay.
And people paid. Now, let me tell you the funny part. At the time, I think I charged 120,000 naira. The first time I launched the class. Somebody took that class, and in 60 days, she generated $13,000. That's the kind of results I started to see. My clients were now getting I said, wait a minute. It's like there's value here, and I can't really see it. Like I'm still seeing it small, So they opened my eyes to see the value in what I had. Even me, I did not even really see my gold.
Okay, so you started in 2012.
Yes.
At what point did you break into orbit?
Which is online courses. That's what you mean?
I mean, when did you blow?
I don't even know. Have I blown? I don't even know if I've blown.
You're not trying to treat me.
On a more serious note, I don't see myself like that.
No, but we can't plot the graph of the edtech space in Nigeria without your name fitting there.
I know, but I don't know. I don't know what blow means.
No, come on.
I'm serious, honestly. I don't know what blow means. I can tell you my own milestones. Okay. I can tell you this is when I did this. This is when I did that. This is when I did this. But I don't know when I don't know. How I blown?
But you have unlocked doors for so many people.
I know.
I was on your website and I was seeing the amazing testimonials that people left behind. People who your impact or your work made a difference in their lives. For me, that is blow.
That's blow.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course, you have done well. But the next question that I want to ask is, looking back for what you have built, what you did in the edtech space in Nigeria, because, by the way, you can't, for those of us who are listening, if you want to know more about Steph, just go on YouTube, type her name, Steph Obi, and you see so many things that she has done. I was looking at one of your old pictures, the bead training that you did. Maybe we were under a mango tree.
A mango tree? Yes, that was the first class.
And then I also saw the flyer he did.
Yes.
I'm asking myself, if they give me that flyer now and they removed your name from me, that I say, sir, man, this is the flyer for your next event. Would you tell the person, are you okay? But that's the beauty of growth, right? When you look back, you begin to wonder, how was this an excellent thing in the past? But at that time, we didn't even know.
Yes.
We were just focused on building.
Yes.
So how is it important for young people to not get stuck in trying to make their first product perfect? Or whatever first perfect before they launch? Because you were not perfect.
No.
Okay.
You cannot, the idea of perfection is a myth. We just keep on improving. Even till now, we're still improving.
And as you're doing that, when you say improving means being actively engaged in listening to the market.
Yes.
And being willing to evolve accordingly.
Yes. Listening is a skill. So even when you create a product, so when you do there's a popular quote about how if the first version of your product is perfect or is something, then you started too late. Yes. So no matter how you start, that your first version, no matter what, it cannot be perfect.
Okay.
So there will still be areas to improve. So just launch it the way it is and get feedback. Then you use your feedback to refine your product.
Great. That's
what I believe.
Great.
It's what helped me the first time I launched my online course.
Okay.
It wasn't perfect, but it was something, and it still helped people to get results. So the positive, the good feedback, I use as testimonials. The negative feedback, I use it to fine-tune the product.
True.
And I kept on refining that product. It kept on getting better. In fact, the product became a brand.
Okay.
So there was Steph Obi brand and there was my product brand. People knew my product brand, separate from Steph Obi.
Okay.
Do you see? The thing had a life of its own. And that came from constant refinement. Yes, constant iteration. And then one of the biggest things I'll say to the young people is that you must kill shame. You must kill shame. It's shame that makes you worried about bringing out a product that's not that great. Yeah. They're like, oh, you're trying to be perfect. You're trying to stoosh. Shame will not allow you to move forward. But if the product is not good, you know it's not good. But you're like, I need feedback. I'm launching in the tech world. They now call it like MVP, beta. They're giving you funky names. But that's how all great products are built. Okay. If you look at Instagram or even your iPhone, can you remember the first version? See how it was now. Now bring it to this current version.
Yes. If I show you the picture of the first office of Sabi Writers, I'm sure you will laugh.
Yes.
And that's just the beauty, because if they plot your yesterday, today, and then they're looking at your future, everything is looking the same, then what's the beauty of that journey? I
think the beautiful thing about growth, or starting small, or starting the way you are, starting rough, starting anyhow, is that it helps you to build character.
True.
There are many skills that you learn along the way. So for instance, some of the things that I had to learn along the way is resilience. Fire. Resilience. I had to learn it. I had to learn even how to work on my mindset. Because my mind is a powerful thing.
True.
It's very powerful. So just that same mind that can create amazing results can also take you to the ground.
Can sabotage.
Yeah. So you have to learn how to master that mind. But all those things, when you are starting small or starting in a rough version, it gives you the opportunity to fine-tune.
Okay, just a minute. Let me say this to our viewers who are watching. If you are a young entrepreneur or you're aspiring to build something here in Africa, one of the things that I'm sure you must have taken from her story is the power of resilience. Building here in Nigeria, in Africa, requires that you should have staying power.
Yeah.
If you're somebody that has a low pain tolerance quotient, you won't go far. You must be able to stay the long haul. We will come back to Stephanie after the short break.
Tales from Africa aren't just stories. They are living pieces of history passed down from one generation to another, celebrating the true spirit of Africa. Join us on a journey into Africa, the motherland, the cradle of civilization. Alo by Sabi Writers takes you to the heart of African narrative. It is an online marketplace to find, shop, and enjoy your favorite African stories. Suspense.
Why is mother's phone not going through?
Betrayal.
But you said you loved me.
Tragedy. Vengeance.
His grandmother will pay for this.
Mystery. And romance.
I will always love you, Rotimi.
All available on Alo by Sabi Writers for 1,000 Naira only. Visit alo.sabywriters.com today to experience storytelling like never before.
So guys, we're back from our break. I've been having an amazing conversation with Steph Obi, the CEO of ST Hub Limited and one of the pioneers of edtech here in Nigeria. Steph, thank you so much.
You're
listening
welcome.
to you share your journey, your story, and of course having someone like your mom and a mentor like Tara. Of course, we all know Tara. By the way, shout out to Tara Dorotoe. You inspire a lot of us, and you know your mentee here is doing incredibly well. So for me, I want to ask you this next question. If you have to go back in time from where you started, and then you just move your journey up until today, what is that one thing you would change if you had the opportunity? You know, sometimes as builders, we just, race through the whole journey that we many times don't pause to smell the roses. So we don't even just pause to look at and, just examine how far we have come. Looking at your journey, what would that one thing be?
I don't know if there's anything that I would change.
Yeah.
Because every challenge was gold.
Every challenge was gold.
Yeah. Every challenge, every difficult period helped me. I monetized it. So if I not go through the difficult period,
Okay.
I may not have gotten through. I may not have gotten the success later. Because look, if you think about what I do, I coach, I teach. But I teach because I went through a challenge, I overcame it, and now I'm here. So before I can teach you how to get here, I must break down my steps.
Yes.
So no matter how painful the process was,
Okay.
it turned into gold. So that's even why I say knowledge is the new gold.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
what led to that titling? How did you come about that title for the book?
I think when I started making money from courses, I was just like,
Okay.
this thing is mind-blowing.
Okay.
You go through an experience, you know something, and just because you decide to teach it, you're able to build wealth from it.
Okay.
Why are more people not doing this thing? Why are we not doing it? Like, I couldn't understand why other people were not doing it.
Okay.
So I'm like, this is a wealth class. You know how the
But
different
do you
kinds
think
of
this
wealth.
this space is already saturated?
We have not started. No, we have started, but the opportunity in the market is massive. The world has not heard from Africa now. There's not heard from Africa.
So there's still opportunity
What
for.
how many people do you know that have look at you focus on books? How many people have written books? How many people have created courses? And all of us have something that we have done that hasn't been taught. There are many things that have not been taught. There are many things that have not been taught. Do you understand this thing I'm telling you? Look, if everybody who has achieved a level of success starts teaching, we can change Africa. If I have learned something,
Yes.
and I teach 1,000 people, then there are like other successful people are teaching 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. We'll change this continent. But the reason why we are where we are is a lack of wisdom. You have a wisdom problem in Africa.
So looking at the edu space in Nigeria and by extension Africa, what do you see? What's the future outlook? How do you think we can begin to take advantage? Because there are people who want to tow your path.
There are so many opportunities.
Okay.
There's so many. It's a new industry. So there are so many things in the value chain. There's so many things. But the way to see it, you have to enter inside.
Okay.
You can't see it from the outside. Some things are called hidden riches. You can't see. You look, you will see. So what I would say to anybody who wants to enter into the space is, enter.
Okay.
Enter. The more you're in the space, the more you will see your own opportunities.
Okay.
Do you see?
Okay.
Yeah.
Steph, I would say you have shared a lot of insights. You have left us with so many gems. But looking at Africa and the need for us to have more builders, and for your kind of business, your space, what are these practical steps starting from Monday morning that young Africans can start taking to be able to put those blocks together for us to have a better Nigeria and continent using your niche as the platform? Yeah.
This question, I don't know how to answer this question.
Let me break it down. So you play in the edu space.
Yes.
You're a teacher, but you are innovative in your approach. Now, people who want to follow your path, how can they position themselves from Monday morning to use this same path to transform Nigeria or Africa?
Okay. So I've created online courses.
Okay.
And I would say that it's so easy to do it now. It's so easy. Like, I want you to think about when I was starting, like, where there was no platform, there was no photo, there was no paper, nothing.
Yes.
There was no So, but now it's easier.
Okay.
It's literally, people now even understand what an online course means.
Okay.
So it's easier. So to everybody who feels like they have something that they can teach, and they have that conviction, and they have a passion to impact lives, I would say just start. And how do you start? It's as simple as opening your phone and going live on Instagram and just start teaching people. The more you teach people, the more they will start asking you, okay, can you teach me this? Can you teach me this again? Can you teach me that? And you can now create a product based on what the demands you're getting all the time, and you can start selling it.
You know, there's this mindset that particularly the traditional teachers have, that they are treated as second-class citizens here in Nigeria. So there's somebody that might be a teacher in a primary school, a secondary school, that want to take your kind of model. Is that possible?
Anybody can do it.
Okay.
Anybody can do it. But there's a very powerful thing that you just said, and I want to address it.
Okay.
Nobody is going to clap for you in the beginning. You must clap for yourself. You must tell yourself that this work that I'm doing is changing the world. Even if you're only helping 2 people, 3 people, tell yourself that this thing I'm doing, it has the capacity, it has the ability to change the world. Go and read SDG goals. See, connect what you are doing with what one of the SDG goals, and believe it in your heart. Have conviction, so that when you are talking about it in public like this, you are like, this thing is a game changer. You know, that nobody can sell your market for you.
Yes.
You have to sell your market by yourself.
Yes.
And before you can sell it by yourself, you have to see the value in it first. So, even if you are a teacher, or even if you are doing something you think is so mundane, you are the one that will package it. True. You are the one that will tell a story.
True.
You are the one that will talk about the trends. You will create presentation. Oh my God, we don't have enough time. If I tell you the things that I did to make people understand that this thing is a thing, you will need a movement.
I was at a conference recently, and they had this panel session, and one of the guys on the panel, who from what I saw is a popular name, and what he does is he teaches Yoruba.
Yes.
I'm sure you know the person I'm talking about.
Yes.
He teaches Yoruba, and he's popular. He's doing so well for himself.
Yes. Yes. And he gave the thing. Yes, and you can give a thing. Like you can give it prestige.
Yes.
You see how we give it all.
There's so many persons that want to learn the Yoruba language, and he just carved a niche for himself.
Yes. But if you look down on yourself, if you're looking down on the thing you're doing, you say, what is this among so many? You won't see the gold that is in it. Unless you say this thing is valuable.
You have mentioned it like 5 times in this. What is it about?
My movement, the name of my own movement is knowledge is the new gold.
Okay.
And so every day I meet people who are carrying gold in their hands.
Okay.
They don't realize that it's gold. And because they don't realize that it's gold, they can't monetize it. They can't sell it. They are afraid. They are shy. They are hiding the thing. It's because you don't understand that this thing that you're talking about is a $1 million product. You don't see it yet. If you see it, you will act differently.
True.
If you see it, you will build. You build.
So much to reflect on, Steph. I'm sure if we have to spend the whole day, there will still be enough to still talk about. And for me, listening to you share your experience, the beauty of life is that there is so much abundance on earth that you could choose any level, any playing field and just own it.
Yes.
Right? We chose writing and set up Sabi Writers in 2018. And today, look at what we have done with the team.
And it's still growing.
Yes.
Still
You
growing.
chose edtech, and I'm amazed and also inspired by what you have done. And I want to say kudos.
Thank you.
I'm sure there are lonely nights. There are times where you feel like you are pumping so much sweat and people are not listening. There are times like that. Maybe you are setting, big goal that somebody might think that you are speaking Swahili and you feel alone in the journey. Every builder goes through that. I want to say that we see you, we celebrate you, and like I always say, let's keep building.
Yes, let's keep building.
So do you have last words that you want to tell somebody that is watching? I'm sure there's a lady, there is a young guy that is listening or watching you today. If you have to say something to that person to light up their candle so that they can find their path to realizing their full potential, what would that be?
You already know what you're supposed to be doing. So there's nothing that I'm going to tell you that you don't already know. You already know it. However, you might be holding yourself back because of fear. The Bible says that God has not given us the spirit of fear. So fear is not from God. God has given us the spirit of power, of love, and a sound mind. So for every idea you have, I'm going to challenge you to take bold action. If you watch this episode to this point, like the best gift you can give I and Chinonso is that you actually start. I want you to walk up to me years later when you see us, or walk up to him and say, I watched a particular episode where you both talked about your story, your journey, and because of that, I started. That's what I want. Start building and recognize that what you're building is valuable. It can change the world. It can change lives. At the end of the day, we are not here to just make money and go to bed. That's not what we're here for. We're here to make an impact. And so when you take bold action and you start impacting people's lives, in whatever manner you decide to do it, but if you do it, you would have spent your life building something worthwhile.
Wow. So you have heard it straight from I won't say the horse's mouth, I would say from the oracle's mouth, right? This is a young woman that has made and continue to make impact here in Nigeria and by extension, Africa. If you would like to be part of our community, you want to share how we can contact you? You can check out on Instagram at Steph Obi.
Steph Obi. My website is also stephobi.com.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you on Twitter?
No, I'm on Instagram and on my website.
Okay, so stephobi.com
Yes.
and then Steph Obi on Instagram. You join her and then see some of the beautiful things that she's doing. Check out our next episode of The Builder Story. And if you don't want to miss any episode, please subscribe to our channel. Like this video and also click on the notification button so any video that we drop going forward, you'll be the first to see it. I look forward to seeing you in our next episode. Thank you very much, and let's keep building.